Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tyler Warwick. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've been watching my YouTube videos recently, you will know that I've been sharing some stories about my life for you guys to get to know me better. Now last week, a very important life event for me happened. The Wicked trailer was released. I am literally not exaggerating when I tell you I have waited 20 years for this. Today I'm gonna break down the trailer a little bit, give you some of my thoughts. But first, I only think it's fair that I give you some context as to why this was such a big deal for me. I'm gonna tell you a little story. Get comfy for a dramatic theater kids story. Let's go! Okay, so Wicked is my favorite thing in the world. Sorry, friends and family. No, it is one of my favorite things of all time. It is definitely my favorite musical and is something that's had a huge impact on many parts of my life. I was first introduced to Wicked in 2004. Oh my god. Through my cousin, thanks Liv. And I very quickly became obsessed with the soundtrack and the story, and I really wanted to see the show. I was living in New Zealand at the time and it was playing on Broadway, which is on the other side of the world. Then it opened in London, which is even further. And then a few years later, it opened in Australia. Australia is much closer, so my family and I went for a trip and I finally got to see Wicked. It changed the trajectory of my life. And I'm very dramatic, but it literally is the reason why I wanted to be a musical theatre actor. I had always enjoyed musicals, but after seeing that show, it really solidified that this is what I wanted to do. I went and studied to be an actor, and I got a job as a theatre usher, showing you your seats in the theatre. Then in 2013, the Australian company came to New Zealand, and I essentially got paid to watch Wicked, because as a theatre usher, you're inside the theatre the whole time. I think I saw the show like 70 times, changed my life every time. Incredible, amazing. Then the year later, I got to go and do some work experience at the production in Australia, and I got to work backstage. All of my dreams came true, except being in the show. One day. A few years after that, I got to see it on Broadway, which was another huge moment. And if you know Wicked, if you know the story, there were just so many things that I really connected to with Elphaba. Then finally, about 5 years ago, I did this. I just need to take off my shirt. I'll turn around. I could talk about Wicked for hours and hours and hours, but hopefully you have a better understanding of why this movie trailer coming out is such a big deal for me. We have been waiting for this movie for so long. I did hear rumors that there was going to be a teaser trailer during the Super Bowl. Really, in my mind, I thought it was just going to be flashes of things, because before this, there has been no images. The official Instagram account posted a couple of movie stills that were silhouettes. Hardly anything. And so I was really just expecting nothing, but we got a full trailer instead. And I just have a lot of feelings. I was actually in the car on the way home, opened up my Instagram and it popped up. I watched the trailer. I wasn't driving, by the way. Sobbed, literally cried, because I share so much with you guys on social media. Of course I had to post a photo showing you my reaction, so I posted this photo. Wicked's social media account made a video showing people's reactions. They included my crying face in it, which is amazing. Since then, I've watched the trailer many times. My fiance is very sick of hearing it. So let's watch it. I'm gonna pause it, I'm gonna break it down, I'm gonna give you my feelings.
The best way to bring folks together
something has changed within
is to give them a real good enemy.
You're green. I am.
something.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's talk about casting. Ariana Grande. When I first heard about this, I was like, Ariana Grande is an incredible singer, no doubt. She also has a Broadway background. She's done like everything. I feel like she's had a millennial's dream career, to be honest. She's done everything I've ever wanted to do in my life. And now she has this. Good on her. Here's my thing. My only concern was that she actually performed The Wizard and I, which is one of my favorite songs from Wicked, a few years ago, Wicked's anniversary. And obviously this was intentional, I get it. But it was intentionally a pop version. And so I was like, is she gonna do the same thing with Glinda? Is it going to be a pop version. But the thing that I did know, but I've heard even more now since the casting, Ariana Grande loves Wicked as much, if not more, than I do. The people who are fans of this show feel like we really have a collective sense of what we want this movie to be, and I really, really trust that Ariana Grande, being as big a fan as she is and being so connected with the story, would not allow for it to be anything other than what it's supposed to be. I really do believe that, and I do believe she knows that if she did just make Glinda crazy poppy, she knows that's not the character. I do believe we're going to get an authentic musical theatre Glinda. And of course, Cynthia Erivo, incredible. The Last 5 Years is one of my favourite musicals, and a few years ago, quite a few years ago now, she was in a concert version of it. She is incredible. Everything she does is amazing. I was also super happy because no one can be Adina. It's never going to happen. I think casting Cynthia is amazing because there's no way that you can even compare these two women. Both incredible, incredible actors and singers. For me, it's never going to be like, but Adina would have done this because it's so removed. Also because it's been so long. It's been like 20 years. So I'm very happy with the casting.
Something just takes over me.
Okay, can I just say, Michelle Yeoh as Madame Morrible, I love Michelle Yeoh so much. Also, I have to say, Crazy Rich Asians is one of my favorite movies, and that's another reason why I was so excited when I heard that John M. Chu, who directed Crazy Rich Asians, is directing Wicked. I love his style, so beautiful. That's another reason why I'm like, yes!
Does bad things happen? Once you learn to harness your emotion.
Jonathan Bailey, I'm like, come on! Look at this man.
Sky's the limit.
This shot is like, I want this framed. I want this picture in a frame.
Bring her to me.
I love the fact that we get to see Dorothy and the gang. The musical does do a really good job of intertwining it, but I'm very, very excited to see how the movie, everything's bigger in a movie. We can delve much further into things. So if you know the story, no spoilers, no spoilers. But if you know Wicked, you'll know. Basically, the timeline starts before Dorothy arrives. Then as the show goes on, it goes into while Dorothy is in Oz and what's happening on the side. Then it shows after Dorothy is gone. Something I'm really hoping for in the movie is that we get to see more of what's happening during these events to kind of bring everything together.
Bring her to me.
Jeff Goldblum as the wizard, they cast the out of this movie. I don't know how else to say it. They did that. Okay, another thing I want to say, so many things about this trailer. Something else I was very worried about this movie was that, to me, Wicked is an incredible, action-packed, epic tale. Sometimes, because musical theatre, sometimes some of those elements can be brought down a bit, but this looks like an epic. This is Star Wars level epic looking. And they haven't even shown us any singing yet. We heard a little bit of Defying Gravity at the beginning, but I'm so sold in seeing this movie without the songs. Just like my favorite part.
Don't be afraid.
Also, I just need to quickly say, I am so happy that they showed us the bubble, because if you're as deep into this as I am, there were some leaked set photos, and I saw the photo of Ariana Grande was standing, singing No One Mourns the Wicked, and I was like, is she standing on like a carriage? It looked, to me, I thought it was like a sled. I thought it was like a sleigh. And so seeing that image, I'm like, she is in the bubble. I was like, she's meant to be in the bubble. Also, they included one of my favorite lines in the whole show now.
I'm not afraid. It's the wizard who should be afraid of me.
Okay. So, I mean, I showed you my tattoo, you know, that's the moment. It's the battle cry. Defying Gravity, I talk about this in my live show. Casual plug, keep an eye out. It's my favorite song of all time. It has got me through many parts of my life. And to me, it's just the most epic song that I've ever heard in my life. And that moment, when she defies gravity, is just one of my favorite moments in anything of all time. So that needs to be epic. The fact that in the trailer they chose to show that moment of her crashing out the window and then shooting up in the sky, I just know that by the time this happens in the movie, I will not even able to speak. I am so happy with this. I really feel it's like they knew what we had been wanting and they did that. So many Broadway people have been involved in this film, but I really do believe that the whole team, the creative team, the actors, have really understood the assignment. They've really understood how much the story means to people and how to honor it in the right way. If you didn't know, Wicked is going to be in 2 parts. Honestly, I will straight up say I am not a big fan of 2-parters. I love The Hunger Games so much that I really don't think the last film needed to be made into 2 films. At the time, I was like, I think the story could be told in 1. And now all these years later, the director, Francis Lawrence, has said that's what he regrets the most. He wished that it was 1 film. However, because it's Wicked, I will take as many films as I can get. But I do just think the way that the show is structured, it's going to end with Defying Gravity. And I actually know people who have said they have seen Wicked and they think that when Defying Gravity is over, that's the end of the show, because it's gotten to a point where you could actually end it there and a lot of things would still make sense. And so I think it's really smart that they are putting this into 2 films. It's going to let them expand on the world a lot more. Also, the songs in Act 2 are so epic as well. I after seeing the show almost 100 times now, I really do think it will be a situation where both parts can exist kind of as their own movie and feed into each other, rather than what we get with things like The Hunger Games, where it kind of feels like it just stops and then we have to wait for the next one. Oh my gosh, so many feelings. I want to know what you guys think. Tell me what you thought of the trailer. If you are a fan of Wicked, tell me what you think. Tell me how you think it's going to be. If you've never seen Wicked, from watching this trailer, what do you feel? Are you excited? I want to know. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. I have videos coming out every Wednesday and Saturday. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when the next one's coming out. I'll see you down in the comments. Bye!